What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. I will be doing a live trading session and live analysis, live discussion about every aspect of trading. So today, second day of trading week, we have started the day. Let's see one by one, all of them including gold, euro, dollar, GBP, USD, all of them instrument that giving us currently trading opportunity. Now before we discuss how we can find this trading opportunity, and before we discuss starting of this session, give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So first of all, I'll be starting with gold to see how the market is doing, and then we'll look at other instrument as well. Now as you can see, gold on the lower time frame, just I was looking at 5 minutes, looks to me that potentially bearish price action. Let me see, we had a trade that we have opened and closed near our entry with a little drawdown. I want to see that again the price in fact has dropped in that direction that we expected. Now you see that gold currently the price action is a form which is potentially bearish, and we could see that any time potential drop in this instrument. The way the price action is forming on the lower time frame, we see that gold in fact creating potentially bearish price action. So let's see on the lower time frame how we can find entry on gold. So I was looking at on the lower time frame to see another entry on gold. We exit the gold trade, but if we see that gold is showing there is a liquidity gap here and here on both sides, so as soon as we will find another entry, we will be looking to enter gold trade. So if you closely look at on the lower time frame, we see that from the 1 hour perspective, gold has a significant rejection from this level. So this is it is consolidating here, and I think that anytime we could see that gold is breaking towards the downside. So let's see how it does, and what do you see that from the 15 minutes and 5 minutes price action, for me gold may drop in that direction. We see that the price was creating series of lower high along this line, which is a potentially bearish price action. So I'll be looking to see for an entry again on gold. As you can see, gold in fact is rejecting from that level. So if you look at the daily time frame, we see that from the daily previous day, gold has closed as a long bearish candle, which is in fact potentially downtrending market structure. From this 20 EMA and 10 EMA, gold had a rejection. Now from the lower time frame also, we see that gold potentially creating bearish price action. So if we look at this 1 hour time frame, what I see that gold creating series of lower high and a lower low. So from 15 minutes and 5 minutes, okay, so we see that if we look at the 5 minutes time frame, we see that potentially downtrending market structure on gold. So let's see where we can find an entry. I was just trying to find an entry before even this live session. We see that gold is forming a series of lower high and lower low. So you see there is a doji and the price is forming this bearish price action. Let me see, I'm just looking at the risk reward first guys before we enter. If it managed to drop in that direction, so we should be able to see potentially bearish price action. And still I'm not on a trade, I'm just looking at to see where is potential entry on gold. So if you look at the 1 hour chart, there is quite a few times of manipulation, which is in fact potentially downtrending market structure. Okay, so okay, so I'll be selling gold at this moment from here with a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio, reward to risk, with this entry and stop loss. There is a high probability that we can expect gold to have another downside. Now as you can see, gold in that zone. So it's still, one moment, let me see, it's still, let me see how gold is trying to do. So once it will move to the upside, we'll be able to see some entry opportunity once again. Okay, so wait a minute, I need to see. Okay, so we see that there is a spike. I haven't entered yet. One moment, we had a trade early today, and let me see how the price is reacting in that zone. So I think that's a fake move. It looks to me that it's a fake move. So you see that the price again, after breaking this low, has gone up to the resistance line. So that could give us, this is a liquidity gap on the lower time frame. So if we look at, let's see how the price is reacting in that zone. I think that this is a liquidity gap. So that liquidity gap might give us an entry. So this is the 4-hour candlestick pattern. As we see that there is a candle closing in couple of minutes, in 15 minutes this candle is closing, and that could give us suitable entry. Let me see, this is a 15 minutes price action, which is in turn closing. Okay, so this one for me, okay, so before the candle close, so you saw that there is a massive liquidity gap. So you saw a candle close on 15 minutes, including the euro dollar. Now euro dollar, we had a sell trade here with a very tight, only 6 pips stop loss. Let's see how it is also acting with gold. Now gold, there is a manipulation here as well, and with this manipulation, okay, we just need to see a little more time here how the price is reacting, and then we will be looking for entry, guys. I hope that you guys still not entered. Let me know if anyone already entered. I want to see a little more. We might see a bit more liquidity gap, as there's a 4-hour candle close coming. We could see retest of this high, or if we see this candle is closing like that, we might see that, you know, from this level a rejection towards the downside. So let's see how it goes. Anyone have entered? I haven't entered yet, because there has been a spike to the upside. David, good morning coach, is another brand new day. Thank you very much, David. Yes, absolutely, there's another brand new day. It's good to see that everyone is here. Tony, Grand Rising Wizard, thank you very much, Tony. Benson, good morning coach. Benson, thank you very much. Morning, your NZD, morning all. Great stream yesterday. Yes, it was a great stream, like every day. Yesterday was also very good. Dollar yen, yep. AUD USD, thank you. Dollar 1942, yeah, absolutely, thank you. AUD USD, I'll be looking at that. Is the euro dollar trade is still active? Yes, euro dollar is still active. Oh, we are running a little profit. It's a very tight trade, only 6 pips stop loss. It's coming down to the profit zone now. We'll look at that. AUD CAD, do you think might be bullish today? We'll be looking at dollar yen, JPY pairs. Okay, so we see that quite a few requests. Let me know. Hello, is that please check euro USD? Yeah, absolutely, we'll be looking at that. Euro dollar. Okay, good morning coach, thank you. CAD JPY, that's the first one from okay, so we'll be looking at that. Thank you. Good morning, maybe it will fall. Okay, morning. Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning. Dollar yen, yep. So we'll be looking at that one by one. First, let's quickly look at dollar yen. Also was showing very good price action this week. Looks like that yen is very active. If we look at the daily, dollar yen yesterday has formed a bullish candle from this 20 EMA on dollar yen, and with this 20 EMA retest on dollar yen, what we saw that from that level, after crossing this daily 20 EMA, the price has a bounce. Now dollar yen, the price action it has formed, which is potentially a bullish price action. Now if you closely look at on dollar yen, we see that with this impulse correction, it is trying to create another impulse to the upside. So dollar yen, we see that after the daily crossover of 20 EMA, strongly rejected by the any attempt from the seller is strongly rejected. The price crossed the 20 EMA and immediately got rejected. So we see that on dollar yen, the price is heading to the upside. Now what do we see that on dollar yen, if you look at the lower time frame, the price grab liquidity with this one and also with this one, has broken to the upside. Now for me, I will really be interested on dollar yen. I want to see that the price has tested this level, because this kind of level, when it is broken, this is a very important area of value. Resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, turning support, and we could see later today a pullback on dollar yen that can give us suitable bullish trading opportunity from this level. Now looking at the higher time frame, if we look at the monthly, we can see that dollar yen from the monthly perspective, we need to look at a couple of things on dollar yen. First of all, higher time frame. Keep in mind that, guys, higher time frame is the key always. As a trader, we look at bigger time frame, monthly, weekly and daily will give us a clear directional bias. Now if you look at this price action on the monthly, we can see that this is the monthly candle that has a long wick at the bottom, and also there is a healthy body. I think that dollar yen from the monthly, we could see the price might try to reject from this monthly resistance. This is what I call the price station. So I will create a separate video about explaining in detail what is a price station. So a price station is basically when we see that the price from certain zone, you will see that always the price will have, in majority of the time, will have a rejection. That is what I called a price station. So for example, if you look at a monthly candle, there are some zone on the monthly. In most of the time you will see that the price will have a rejection from that zone. By knowing that, it becomes much easier for us on the lower time frame to spot a reversal. Okay, so I'm repeating again. For example, when you see a monthly candle, all right, and this is the monthly candle, let's say a red candle, where are the location of this monthly candle that you can look for potential reversal? What are the zones? Not all zones, some zones that you will see the price will have a bounce or reversal. Now the advantage of knowing is that when you see that the price is rejecting from an important zone, this is what I call the price station. By knowing that, let's say if you saw that monthly, we are not trading on the monthly, but if you see that from certain zone the price is rejecting all the time or majority of the time, that will give you a big edge in the market to see that, okay, from that zone on the 5 minutes, if you are trading, or even on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour, you will have an opportunity to see that reversal and then looking for bigger trade. This is what I call the price station. So I'll create a separate video that I will be releasing this weekend during the London and New York session time. You can stay connected by subscribing to the channel and by pressing that bell button. So make sure that you do that so that you are not missing out. I'll be premiering and also I'll be watching with you guys. So what we see that this is a price station. This is where we could see the dollar yen might have a rejection. So from the monthly, we see that there is a zone where we could see the dollar yen is getting rejected. Now if we look at the weekly, we can see that there is a weekly shooting star, and from that zone we saw dollar yen had a bounce from the weekly. Now from the weekly, it is strongly bullish, and we might see the prices going up to this price station that we see on the monthly time frame. If we look at the daily, we see that from the daily perspective, from this daily 20 EMA, the price had a bounce, and there is a probability for this price to move up further. At least we can expect 100 pip up possible for dollar yen to the upside. Now from the 4 hour, to take this 100 pip up, I need another, let's say another 50 pip down. So that will give us a good entry opportunity for this move to the upside. That's how we set the exit, okay, exit point in a trade and also entry point in a trade. So I'll look for a potential entry after a liquidity grab from the support and then exit at the price station. So knowing the price station will help us to understand where to enter, where to exit in a trade. So make sure guys you stay connected by subscribing to the channel and press that bell button, and also stay alert during this London and New York session time this weekend. I will be releasing that, and also give a big thumbs up to this stream to be visible to more on the YouTube algorithm. It will help us to more and more. So dollar yen, I'll be waiting for potential bullish. As you can see, this is the 4 hour time frame, and this is an inverted head and shoulder, a fake move. So the way it moved, it was looking like the dollar yen might drop a lot, but instead we saw that from this level the price reversed back, making it as a fake move, so which is a high probability that dollar yen will continue to rise to the upside. So we'll look for potential entry opportunity on dollar yen. Looking back to the gold, now as gold 4 hour candle is closing, we see that the price has had a reversal from here, and on the lower time frame we see that the price currently showing in that zone. There is a doji here on gold. Now what do you see that from this level the price had a bounce. Now it is crucially important to see either it's going to be bullish or bearish. If we look at the daily on gold, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is the daily, you can see this is the daily 20 EMA. And what I think that on gold, from the daily perspective, from the lower time frame as well, there is a candle that has formed. So this 1 hour candle is a doji. See, this is a very, the lower time frame is a very choppy. Okay, so this is a very sideway market, you know, on gold, and 4 hour candle is closing. Okay, I think that, you know, this is the daily resistance on gold. So this is the daily resistance level here on gold, and if we look at the weekly and monthly, which is potentially bearish now from the lower time frame, after the 4 hour bearish candle, there was an attempt from the buyers creating a long wick candle. Okay, so but still the directional bias is not clear, so we'll be waiting for a bit more confirmation. All right, so let's quickly look at GBP USD. Now GBP USD previous session has formed a red candle. Let me see that before we go to the GBP USD, what you guys are looking at. Good morning, coach. Thank you, Ditya. This index is gold or other. So yeah, this the previous one was gold that we are looking at. We're looking at gold. Good morning, coach. Professional trade yesterday. Yes, absolutely, copy. Thank you for that. Dollar yen going up in a global long term. Yeah, absolutely. Dollar yen moving in a long term uptrending direction. Jay, morning. Have entered. Thank you very much, coach. I'm in gold trade sell. So gold, I think, you know, we might see some upturn for short term. JPY is positive, GJ and UJ is up. Yeah, so we see that JPY, inherently a weaker currency. So we see that the market now merging with the long-term uptrend. Nasdaq, yeah, euro dollar. We have euro news in 5 minutes. Thank you. Sell in TP. Okay. Euro GBP. Friends, gold is making me struggle today. I think gonna skip today. Friends, yeah, if you feel like some instrument is not working out, maybe it's always good idea to be patient always. So looking at the JPY this week, we see that very volatile JPY pairs. You can see that GBP JPY, the previous session's candle is a middleman, and what I think that GJ, you can see this 1 hour candle also a bullish doji rejected from this support level. So JPY looks highly volatile for longer term. If you look at the daily, once the market open on the daily, so far there has been significant movement to the upside. And if you closely look at the bigger picture, GBP JPY is potentially it's a bull market, but you see that the market already overextended, a big move, narrow doji, another move. I will wait for a pullback and then we can look for buying opportunity on GBP JPY. The long-term trend is up, and the price is, you see that the price is respecting this resistance line for long term. And also this is the channel the price is moving on GBP JPY. So we saw that the price, this is a big liquidity grab on GBP JPY, and because of this liquidity grab, we see the market is propelling towards the upside. And I think that GJ might reach that resistance, breaking this high, and then we could see again coming back to the support level, and this could be the long-term channel on GBP JPY. And for me, this is a very strongly impulsive market to the upside. Any pullback towards the downside will give us opportunity to enter long trade on GBP JPY. So going back to gold again, we see some downturn, but because gold market currently very choppy, we just need to be a little bit of cautious. So I would recommend, for those who entered, you can, I'm not on gold trade yet. We had a position early today, we closed it. I think that gold, you can see it's not going anywhere, but it's just moving in a sideways. This kind of movement happens when the market prepare for bigger move. So when you see a market in a narrow range, so narrow range means that anytime, this is where the market gathers liquidity from both sides for bigger move. So if you look at the past, you see that after this kind of long consolidation, there is a big move. Okay, so you can see all the consolidation followed by a bigger move, narrow range, bigger move, narrow range movement. So whenever you see that the price remain in a very narrow range, it's in fact potential for bigger move. Now this structure on gold, for me, it's a potential for drop. Okay, because you see there is a liquidity grab here. We had a trade in New York session time yesterday. That was a profitable trade on the live session, and then the price has come down, and we saw that the price basically is consolidating here but creating series of lower high and lower low. So we see that with this long week candle, you can see the price, okay, now 5 minutes has formed big bearish candle. Okay, so we need to see that the price has broken out of the consolidation for potential entry. Okay, still in a narrow range. So as soon as we will find an entry, we will be looking to enter. So it's forming, if we see at least 15 minutes bearish candle. Okay, so it's coming down now with this 5 minutes. So from 1 hour we see that after breaking this high, okay, gold, the way I see this price action is potential for downside to me. Okay, so let me see if we can find an entry. Okay, we're trying to go 1940. Yeah, it's in a very narrow range. Please AUD CAD and GBP USD, we'll be looking at that. How is that? Please check the USD CAD, Eurojpy, NAS. Okay, so we'll be looking some of that pairs now. Can you please tell about the XY prediction? Yep, Eurojpy, it's bullish. Nice one, thank you. I'm long TP. Okay, all right, thank you very much. And also join the free Telegram channel, link given in the live chat. So we'll be looking at some of the pairs that, okay, dollar CAD, let me see, dollar CAD, okay, looking at dollar CAD, you can see USD CAD after gathering liquidity from this important level. Dollar CAD from this level had a bounce to the upside. Now if we look at the daily, you can see daily there is a liquidity gap here and then followed by a doji. Now today, after testing the low of this doji, the price had a bounce to the upside. Now for me, dollar CAD, you can see it's trending to the upside, broken this significant level of resistance zone. Dollar CAD may remain bullish, and I think that dollar CAD for longer term might be moving to the upside. Okay, so dollar against CAD is bullish. We see, if we look at the weekly, you can see there is a weekly massive bullish engulfer followed by gap opening, and the price is, you know, potentially showing upside on from the weekly as well. So there is a very high probability that dollar CAD may remain bullish. And for longer term perspective, if we look at the monthly, we can see that after this monthly doji, dollar CAD had a bounce. Now this market, I think that for longer term we could see the trending to the upside, as we see a monthly impulse followed by a triangular pattern. So an impulse, triangular pattern, break to the downside, we could see the trending to the upside. That's how the, in majority of the time, you will see the market moves. Now if we look at a daily again, we see that multiple times the price gathered liquidity from here, so which is a potentially bullish price action on dollar CAD. Now from the lower time frame, from intraday, we see there is a bullish pin bar followed by every session the price is creating series of higher high and higher low, which is potentially a bullish price action. And we saw that dollar CAD crossed this 20 EMA, and from that zone we saw that the price gathered liquidity, and from this zone we saw that the price in fact has created this significant movement towards the upside. So I think for longer term perspective, we could see that dollar CAD is going towards the upside, and we could see the price long term, we could see that the price is hitting that resistance. So there is a very high probability for dollar CAD to remain bullish along the way. So for me, any kind of pullback to the downside will give us an entry opportunity in USD CAD. So let's see, as soon as we will find entry, we will be looking to enter, and also I'll be sharing the same trade with the VIPs as well who are trading with us. You can join us. There's a link in the description area, and also there is a link at the top of the chat if you want to be part of also VIP chat group and VIP signal group, and also all the strategy that I am trading, you will be able to access all of them as soon as you join. I would recommend you to join. There's a link in the description area. So let's see on gold again. We see that some local downside, until we see the price has broken out of the consolidation, it might be very hard for the price to give us. So if we see that for longer term perspective, now you can see that gold, this range on gold, which is very narrow, and it's almost one or two candle range. And when the price in this kind of narrow range, it's sometimes a bit hard for you to enter, because either you buy or sell, it's always move in the same direction, or it doesn't move anywhere. So that's why we need to see that the price has broken out of that range. Now when the price on a range, there are some ways we can predict the movement by understanding which way the price is gathering the liquidity. Okay guys, so we'll be discussing more on that and the topic on gathering the liquidity. Okay, so if you look at a market, let's say this is the price is ranging, okay, in this support and resistance, and then once you see that the price, let's say, gathering liquidity from the top, in most of the time, and say 90% of the time, you will see the price will trend or break the other direction. Why? Because the market moves from liquidity to liquidity. When it gathers liquidity from the resistance, it gets momentum for breaking the other direction. So if you combine the trend, liquidity, and price action, you will understand exactly the clear direction and the language of the market. This is how the market moves. So market structure will tell you the directional bias. Liquidity will tell you when the market is started to move, and price action will give you the entry. And every profitable strategy have this component of these three important part of trading. So you see that gold, you see it's a narrow range. We need to wait to see how the market is reacting in that range, and then we can look for an entry. So I'll go back to some other instruments such as Gbpusd. As you can see, it's coming down for a deeper pullback as expected. Now before I move forward, if you want to join a regulated broker, our recommended broker is EverTrade. So EverTrade is regulated. You can find a link in the description area. We would always recommend to trade with a regulated broker so that your capital is in the safe hand. So EverTrade, you can join using this link in the live chat, or also there's a link in the description area. So link given in the live chat, you can click the link and then register for free and then start trading with a regulated broker. Brian, you can join our courses, as well as you can see all the VIP trades as well as all the live trades that I am posting. For all the information, you can visit the website. So the website link given at the top of the chat. So if you look at the top of this chat, also the first link below this video, So there is a link below this video. You can click the link and then it will take you to the website. And once you're on the website, you can click join now button, or you can click here to join. It will take you to the plan where you can see all the information. And once you join, you can access all the trade that I am opening and also all the strategy courses that I am using to trade. And also you can access the VIP chat group, access the trading tools. Any question, don't hesitate to ask the live agent. She's on the website, always there to help you. So let's quickly look at Gbpusd. We have already looked at it, and the plan here on Gbpusd is for the price to come down for a deeper pullback, and then we can look for entry to the upside. Now this is the daily price action. I think that GJ, you can see already, on the market opening, we have seen in the Asian session there is a bullish move, and after breaking this high, it's coming down for a pullback. Now this is the daily support today's daily opening and closing zone, and from that zone we can expect the price even come down further to test this level. So if we look at this is a very high liquidity zone, and below this level you can see there's a 4-hour 20 EMA. So any drop on GJ to this level or breaking this low will give us a very high probability setup. Now if you look at here, there is a reversal pattern here, you can see, and this pattern, this is a smart money zone, which is a very important support here, resistance here, and also this is support here along with the 20 EMA on the 4-hour, which is the support resistance, and also this is the support here with this 4-hour 20 EMA will give GJ a very high probability for potential bullish opportunities. So if Gbpusd is managed to drop to this level on the lower time frame, exactly to that point, I'll look for entry and I'll target to this level, to this resistance zone, as we are expecting GJ, if it breaks to this level, expecting it to go to the resistance zone, that will give us a very high risk to reward ratio trade. And this is the very important area of value below this doji, and highly likely GJ might come back down again to this support level. Patience is the key, and it will come down highly likely that in, let's say, in the upcoming session, and as soon as it will be there, we will be entering. And you know that in most of the time there are a couple of reasons why traders are not profitable. One is the patience, second is risk management, third is developing the trading psychology. So patience is a part of trading psychology, and I know that I also struggled when I began my trading. I would recommend you to be patient when if you have a plan that I will be entering here, exiting here, wait for that plan to be executed, or even do not enter, that's fine. Okay, so that will help you to eliminate over trading, as well as will help you to be to remain in control of your trading account. So I hope that you are enjoying, guys. Let me know in the live chat how you are doing, and also give a big thumbs up, okay, smash it, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Okay, so I'll pause for 2 seconds. Everyone have time to do that. That will help the stream to be visible to more people. That's awesome, thank you for that. So we see that GJ, and I think dollar yen also moving almost in the same pattern. Yep, dollar yen also potentially it's a bull market coming down for a pullback. Dollar yen also, without coming to this zone, I will not be entering any trade. I need to see dollar yen has come down here and then given us potential trading opportunity in that zone. And then Herbert, so you are in gold buy. So let's see gold. Gold is the trend on gold is down, but it might have a bounce. All right, it's it's at the moment it is very hard for you to determine either it will break to the downside or it will go up for another bounce, because it's in a downtrend. But if you look at the daily chart, all right, so you see that previous day daily there is a middleman, which is in fact a very strong bearish price action. But there are two probable scenarios today on gold to happen. Is first scenario is gold to bounce back to the daily 20 MA, which is less likely but possible. Another scenario is the price to retest the daily opening and closing and then to reject from that zone. This is another scenario. So if we look at the lower time frame, we can see that gold currently in a narrow range. There is a very strong liquidity gap here, so less likely that gold will break out and will go to that daily. This is the daily resistance where the daily 20 EMA as well, but it is also possible. That's why we need to wait for price action confirmation. Now if gold is breaking out to this level, then we will be looking to buy on the lower time frame. Now we'll understand it from very lower time frames, such as on the 5 minutes and 15 minutes. Now you can see this is the 5 minutes chart where the price in a very narrow one candle range. Now when the price moves like that, is basically preparing for a breakout or for a breakdown. So once we will see the trend, we can look for entry. It's like a very narrow range at the moment, so we'll be waiting for entry after the breakout. Yes, it is a good teaching, sir. I'm interested how long it will be live, sir. Yeah, okay, thank you very much. So we are live in almost more than an hour remaining, so you can stay connected. Thank you for that. Eurusdjpy, thank you. If gold drops, what is your target? Gold, I think that, you know, if it drops, then we could see gold is coming to this 1925 level. At least we can expect to test this long wick candle. But I think that, you know, this is at the moment it's in a very narrow range. It might even, you know, as I mentioned, this is a daily resistance. At least if gold want to drop to this 1925 level, very highly likely that the price will at least go back to 1936 or break this high, and then we could see that coming back down, or even we could see the price has gone back up to the 1946 or 1945 level and then coming down. So there are a couple of scenarios. As I mentioned, it might go back to the 1936 before the London session or in the London session, and then we could see that break towards the downside. So there is a 4-hour 20 EMA as well, and also this 1-hour chart forming doji. Yeah, so it is definite that, definite means like nothing is guaranteed in trading, but very high probability that gold, even if it wants to break down, we could see that gold will first go up to the to this daily. This is the daily opening and closing, and we could see either from there breaking, or we could see gold might have a bit more stronger bounce. Right, in that case we could see gold going back to the daily 20 MA and then dropping down. And for me, 20% probability that gold will straight drop from here to create a new lower low. 80% probability that gold will go to this level to test this and then will drop, or at least 50-50 chance that gold will move to the up to this daily 20 MA and coming down. So because the probability for me it's initially going up and coming down, So at the moment from this zone, it's not a good idea for potential selling. Instead, I would look for potential buying as soon as I'll see, because you see that when you started the stream, there was bearish price action. The market sentiment suddenly changed and we saw that locally forming this bullish price action. You see the price is gathering liquidity from this support, which is a sign of potential. You see the price is forming series of higher low, which is a triangular pattern, and we could see it is breaking first to the upside and then coming down. So for me, potentially gold highly likely to see first break to the upside and then coming towards the downside. Okay guys, so hope that you're enjoying. Let me know in the live chat. Thanks. Okay, gold deal. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 1936 1938 level, which is the daily resistance, and from that zone we could see back down again, or in an unusual case we could see going to the daily 20 EMA. Good morning Sunny, thank you very much for joining the live session. And before we look for another instrument, let's look at what we can. So we see that the trend is very narrow. We'll be looking to enter with a very good high probability price action confirmation. Okay guys, so if you enjoy, just give a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you are looking to join a regulated broker, our recommended broker is EverTrade. They are regulated by SEC and FCA. So you can find a link below this video for EverTrade, and also I can give you a link in the live chat with the bonus code. So this is a link for the brokerage. You can click the link and then register for free, start trading with a regulated broker. So any capital you can trade with them with even $100, or you can trade with them even with $1 million, no problem. Deposit withdrawal is easy, so you can click that link and then register for free and then start trading with a regulated broker. There are no commission broker and award winning, so your capital will be in the safe hand. For those who already registered, I'll recommend you to start trading with them. With even a smaller account will help you to trade with a broker that you can trust. So let's quickly look at now on some yen pair again. Aussie yen. Okay, so we saw that Aussie yen had a drop. As we see that yen pair getting a little bit of weaker. If we look at the weekly price action on Aussie yen, we saw that from the weekly there is a bearish candle. So far this week, initially the price has gone up. I think that Aussie yen might come down again to the weekly support level. If we look at the monthly, okay, so from the monthly, Aussie yen potentially a little more bearish. If we look at the weekly, I think that from the weekly we might see Aussie yen coming down to break the weekly low, so there is a probability for downside. If we look at the daily on Aussie yen, we can see that there is a double top formation on the daily time frame, and there is a break, a correction. After this green candle, we see that Aussie yen now starts to drop, and we could see the price is creating series of lower high and lower low. So we see from this lower time frame from 4 hour what it did Aussie yen with this. You see this is a pattern here, this is the resistance line which also acted here in the past as a support, and we see that this is the resistance here, support here, support here, resistance here, resistance here, which is also acting here as support. Now this is a very important point to look at on Aussie yen, is that you see this leg to the upside. It was a bullish move, right? Now it is coming back to the range again, so that could be that if it is a liquidity grab, and the market is, if it is a trending, then we could see that Aussie Yen again breaking this low to create a new lower low. So because Aussie Yen get rejected from this resistance line and coming back to the range, there is a probability for Aussie Yen to have a bit more bigger drop towards the downside. You can see this is the lower time frame support here on Aussie Yen. So now this current session's candle is 2.5 hours remaining on Aussie Yen. Now if the price managed to close below this level, I might look for selling opportunity Aussie Yen, because this is a false breakout. If we see that the candle closing back below, now it will I will consider it as a false breakout. If we see the price, you see after this move, if it is straight back to this level, very chance that Aussie Yen might drop like that, leaving it as a false breakout. So as I mentioned earlier, beginning of this session, if you see any kind of level, the price has, let's say the price respecting like that, has gone up, has come back down and then tested it again, very chance that the price will trend in that direction, because there is a liquidity in it. So what is a liquidity? Liquidity is the fuel of the market. This is how the market moves. The price moves from liquidity to liquidity. So let me know in the live chat if you are still not sure about liquidity, so we can discuss more. I do post a lot of content on YouTube as well for liquidity. We do have a strategy as well based on liquidity. You can check them out. Good morning, coach. Morning, traders. Thank you. So gold and shoulder, thank you. We'll be looking at that. Eurujpy, gold. Okay, so we'll be looking at Eurujpy and then we'll go back to gold. Gold, as you can see, it's not moving much in the same zone. So if you look at the Eurujpy, looking at the daily perspective, looking at the weekly, first of all, Eurujpy from the weekly, there is a, after this shooting star from this support, Eurujpy had a bounce to the upside. Now if we look at the monthly, we can see that Eurujpy, after this monthly doji, the price trying to break the monthly high. It's in a very crucial zone on Eurujpy from the monthly and weekly. If we look at the daily, this is a daily resistance line on Eurujpy, very important level of resistance. The price is hitting that resistance, and from lower time frame you see that resistance and approaching resistance. Now it is not a very good place for me to buy Eurujpy, because it's approaching this very long-term resistance, right? Because I don't want to buy at the resistance zone, and also it is not a good place for selling because the trend is up. So for me, the best place to go long with Eurujpy, if the price with this bounce from the resistance, we could see that Eurujpy coming back to break this swing low, to gather momentum to break this high. So this kind of resistance needs a lot of momentum to break. So we could see that Eurujpy coming back below this swing low along with this 20 EMA, testing this previous resistance as a support, and then we might see that bullish move. So this is where I will be targeting on, like all the JPY pairs behaving almost in the same way except Aussie Yen, to come to this level. Once you see that Eurujpy is here on the rejection, we can look for trading opportunity targeting to this resistance zone. Right, so let's see how it goes. We'll be looking to enter position as soon as we will find that, and also I'll be sharing all my trades that I open. You can join us if you want to see all the trades that I am opening, including all the trades with entries, stop loss and take profit. And also you can learn the strategy that I am trading in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Be part of the VIP chat group. The first link below this video. If you visit the website, you can find a button to join. There's a live chat agent available. You can ask her any question that you have. So I'll recommend you to join if you want to be part of this trading community. This is a great place where you can speed up your learning and growing as a trader. So let's quickly look at now on gold to see looking at the daily again. You see that when I begin my live session, we looked at the same way. This is what I called a beginner mindset when I'm trading, always looking at the chart like I have just freshly looked at. Otherwise, you might see that you might get completely confused and there is a chance of mess up every time. That's why whenever I look at the chart, I look at with beginner mindset. Let's say that I don't, I keep everything aside and look at in a fresh way. There are a couple of advantages of it. Firstly, when you look at over and over again with a fresh look, because the market is constantly evolving. Let's say if you look at the daily chart, you see that the market is almost the same, right? But if you look at the lower time frame, it's always constantly evolving. Even on the daily, you see that when the market goes to the daily closing and opening zone, you see it as a doji. But when the market is here, you see as a red bearish candle. So there's a lot of interpretation comes in the mind that might tell you, okay, this is a bearish market, let's sell, let's buy. That's why looking over and over again with fresh mindset is always a good practice that I use in my trading to what I can say, filter out the bad trades, try to find the best trade possible. So looking at gold on the daily, this is a long-term bearish market. As you can see with this daily impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse, and with that impulse, this is the longest impulse on the daily correction. The price tested this very important previous resistance, support, term resistance, along with the 20 EMA. And last day of trading week, the previous day, we saw that a bearish candle, okay, below this 10 EMA has formed. Now today, once the market opened, we have seen that the market has formed so far a downside movement. Now to draw further, as we see, it has already crossed. You see that the today's candle already crossed the daily low, right? Daily low is crossed and rejected, right, from this 1931.65 level. Very highly likely that the price will try to first retest this resistance 1936.37 level, and then we could see another attempt from the seller. If we look at the bigger picture from the weekly, it is a bearish market. From the monthly also we see it is a bearish market. So higher time frame is giving us potential selling pressure, so we will look for selling opportunity on the lower time frame if we see the price action is supporting that. Now from the 4 hour, we saw that there is a bearish candle followed by, so it's in a bit more narrow range on the lower time frame. From 1 hour, you see back to back 2 dodges, so you have no chance to do anything here. And looking at the 15 minutes, the price is in a 1 candle range. You can see a bullish candle, bearish candle, now bullish candle, so it's moving completely in a sideways. So what I think that the market might go up to this level where there is a, you see this is the daily resistance line. I think initially we could see break to the upside to this daily level, and from that zone we could see that the price coming down to the support level. So because it's a long-term downtrend, I'll look for selling opportunity from the daily resistance zone. Let's see how it goes. Yes, discuss now. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Coach. What's your view on ICT concept? Yeah, we'll be discussing that. Coach, discuss liquidity topic. Okay, so Mohammed Shamir will be discussing that next. Sir, holding gold at 19th. I will reverse. So you are holding at 1938 level, probably buy. We'll be looking at the US dollar index is moving to trend line. Okay, could you tell about Gbpusd? Yeah, we'll be looking at that as well. So looking at, okay, so Gbpusd, let me see. You see that primarily a bounce, right? Okay, so Gbpusd, you can see that like the gold, this is also a downtrending market, and in this downtrending market with this impulse on Gbpusd, you can see this is a very strong impulse correction. There is another impulse correction. Now what I think that Gbpusd today's, you can see the price is respecting this resistance line. I think that Gbpusd, we could see that the price is going up to this 20 EMA on the daily, and then we can expect a drop after retest of this 20 EMA, and we could see that the price testing this 20 EMA and then coming down from that level. So looking at, if we look at the lower time frame, this is a series of lower highs being created. I think that Gbpusd today, like that, we are expecting gold to bounce up to the daily resistance. I think Gbpusd also going to do the same thing. We could see that break of this high, which is a high liquidity zone, testing the daily 20 EMA and then reverting back towards its long-term direction. So for me, because it's long-term downtrend from this zone, I will not be a buyer. I will wait for the price to break the daily high. Okay, daily high, testing this level. If we see that the price is showing potential opportunity, then we can look for potential selling on Gbpusd. Like the gold and Gbpusd, they almost move in the same direction, so look for selling on Gbpusd from that level. Mark, hey, thank you very much for joining. I'm sure that you will enjoy Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Thanks for being here, and any question, don't hesitate to ask me anytime. There is a contact option available when you are on the VIP group, no problem at all. Thank you for that. And in the meantime, I'll take a 30 seconds break, guys. Coming back, stay tuned. 1 second. I'm back, guys. So all right, so how does the market is evolving today? Every day is a different day in terms of market movement. So I'll quickly look at all of them. You see that weakness in CAD that is propelling the dollar CAD to move to the upside, including the weakness on yen also, strengthening on yen, that is dropping the Aussie yen to the downside. So you see that Euro CAD, USD. So we see that except the USD pairs moving a little slower. Okay, so dollar yen, all right, dollar yen also trying to come back down to the daily support level. If dollar yen come back to the daily support, especially to this liquidity zone, will be a very good place. Otherwise, yeah, GJ also coming down, which is good for us. I think the GBP/JPY, you know, with this move, we could see breaking this low to this 20 EMA, which is the daily support level, will give us entry opportunity again. GJ will remain bullish, and if we look at, okay, so US30 and Nasdaq, there looks like that from this 20 EMA again. So US30 and Nasdaq, they might go for a consolidation. This is the weekly price action. You can see that US30 has broken to the upside, and then so let's quickly look at the bigger picture on US30. Now US30, you can see this is the monthly price action, back to back, quite a few months of bullish move on US30. This is a very strongly bull market. This month so far we have seen that downside on US30. Now from the weekly, this is a weekly support level. The price, whenever penetrating that weekly support down resistance, the price is rejecting. And if we look at the daily, from this daily support down resistance, the price trying to break. I think that US30 we could see that US30 again slowly, after gathering liquidity, we could see again moving to the upside, because if you look at the daily chart, this is a very important level on US30, which is the previous resistance here, turning support. Pardon me, it's the Nasdaq, not US30. Nasdaq, we see that this is the previous resistance, turn support here, and from that level we see that there is a bullish candle has formed today. So far again the sellers pushing that price down. I think that, you know, what it could do, the Nasdaq, the price after testing this level, we could see bullish move, and we might see that this market is ranging, as it is a very strongly bullish market. I do not think that Nasdaq will be able to break this low, as it is a very significant level. In the past, the same level acted here as resistance, turning support. We might see that the price again bouncing back to this liquidity zone. So from the lower time frame, if we see that Nasdaq has come down, we might see a pressure on this support, and then we could see that bullish move on Nasdaq. So yeah, this one we could see that still locally it's creating series of lower high, but once we will see the strong rejection, we can look for buying opportunity to this level. So it might long term we might see the range, but we might see now potential upside on Nasdaq. Thank you, dollar CAD. Thank you, sir. No problem. Gbpusd. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Do you think? Okay, so dollar CAD, coach. Thank you, coach. How much is standard spread for gold? Okay, so very good question. It depends on your account type, your broker type. In a standard account, maybe 2 pip, or it depends on, as I mentioned, it depends on what what kind of account. Is it a commission account or a standard account? Because in a standard account, the payment will be taken from the spread, so there is no commission. But when there is a commission, the spread will be low. So it depends on really what kind of account you are trading. Plus Euro AUD, Euro USD, US oil. Yeah, thank you, coach, for sharing your knowledge. Keep it up. Thanks, Cesario. It's really appreciated, your appreciation. And also give a big thumbs up, guys. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Also press that bell button so that you don't miss out any of the content that I'm releasing every single day. So looking at WTI, let's see, if we look at the daily on WTI, we can see that from the first of all, I look at the monthly on WTI. We can see that from the monthly perspective, back to back 2 months, very strong bullish move. Now this month so far, after breaking the high, a rejection and forming a doji, so we might see WTI a little bit in a range this month, but I think that the bias will be to the upside. So far this is the low of the monthly and this is the high of the monthly. Now any break of this low, we'll look for buying. Now from the weekly, we can see that WTI with this weekly pin bar from this level created this significant massive move to the upside. Now it is coming down for a pullback. I think that you can see this is the last week's low, and that could be a very important support level to look at on WTI. I think the price might come down to this level and then will give us an entry opportunity to the upside. Now if we look at the daily on WTI, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is the daily support level, and from that daily support we could see that WTI coming down to break this low, and then we can look for buying opportunity on WTI. Now from the lower time frame, you see that there is a very good reason for the price to come down here. Liquidity. This is what I got a question before. What is in fact liquidity? Guys, this is the real thing that you will really matter, is to understand the liquidity. Once you understand it, it will become much easier for you to predict the market like a pro. So let's look at what is liquidity. Now liquidity is the fuel of the market, where the market moves from liquidity zone to another liquidity zone. Now how do you recognize it? Now if you look at the chart, you will see that there are candlestick pattern, bunch of candles, indicators. But if you look at a zone where the smart money is buying, is where you can see these are the liquidity zone, and any break of that level will give you a very good opportunity to go trade again. Now in this whole move on WTI, if I need to trade on this time frame, because you can apply liquidity in any time frame, but if I look at this chart on the 4 hour, only one zone that I will look for trading opportunity on WTI in one direction. What is that zone? Let's look at that. This is where the trading comes in, profitable trading. See, you have a big list of instrument, so you have a lot of opportunity, but in one instrument, for me, let's say if I trade WTI, I will be trading only if the price breaks this low, right? Now this is where the smart money bought this market, and when the smart money bought, they will be interested to buy when that smart money zone is broken again. And this is where the main thing, I will create a separate video as well, and also content I'll post it. Make sure you stay connected. Now let me delete that. Why did this level matters? You see that this is a break of this against the trend, right? And this is a long-term uptrend, and once this break happened, the prices form this double bottom, form this doji. Now this doji is where the smart money bought, and this level is the most important level on this zone. It's the key level, right? And highly likely we could see slowly the price is coming down to break this low and forming another long week candle. Any kind of rejection is where the liquidity zone. Okay, so this is where smart money zone. Why? Because here a lot of retail trader also bought, including the smart trader, the smart money trading or smart money trader, banks, big investor, they bought from this level, and below this low their stop loss. And once the price will hit that zone, all those buyer, their stop loss is a sell order, and once they will sell, the big boy will buy again and the price will move towards the upside. So this is how the liquidity works, and this is the real secret of smart money trading, right? This is how you can trade like a smart money. The only thing, make sure that you take time, because it's not a one-day job. You just need to be patient and keep learning and growing, and I'm sure that very soon you will be able to understand every movement in the market. It's just a little bit of time, and unfortunately trader quit very early. So make sure that you stay patient enough to stay persistent as a trader and consistently trading every day with proper strategy. We see that gold looks like that gold having some drop. Let me see here what's happening. Okay, so you see that gold from that zone is coming down, and you see we need to wait for the price to give. So there is a 1 hour middleman. Afterwards we saw that drop. Now from the daily, from the 1 hour. Okay, so with this liquidity candle, gold has a drop, consolidated. The price now trying to break. For me, I will be interested to sell on gold if it reached 1936 level. Otherwise, if we see that very impressive bearish price action, we'll look at. But I think that any point we could see the price is breaking this high, giving us selling opportunity on gold. As soon as we will find, we will be entering a position on gold. False breakout. Yeah, absolutely. The high or low rejection on the price. That's awesome. Thank you. I think that many of you have a very good understanding of it. Now you can see gold again trying to break to the upside. Okay, we'll be waiting for break to the upside and then look for selling opportunity. Coach, is the missing good opportunity normal in the beginning? Okay, very good question, Imoni. Not only in the beginning, you see, missing good opportunities normal not only in the beginning but also in the advanced level. Okay, so this is the realization that every trader need to have, and for those who are profitable, they have this realization. Missing good opportunity is not only normal in the beginning but also it's normal in every stage of trading. Say every moment you see that some trade in the market, and it's okay to miss some trade, some opportunity, because you don't need to trade a lot of opportunities. You need a couple of trades that is satisfying the rules of your strategy. Now, when we do have a self-talk, we all do that. Like, I did that too. I remember, I went to a family invitation, and then I see that I missed a very good trade, and I say to myself, shit, I missed a trade. Now it's a very good trade. And when we talk, that in fact influence the next trade, because we think that, okay, I'm missing a lot of trade, and then the next one may be not a good trade, because I had a back of my mind, there is something saying that I'm missing a lot of trade, so I might open a position that is not a very good one. So that's why I would say that it's okay to miss some opportunities. The only thing that matters is that the one that you are opening, is it following your plan? This is the most important part as a trader. You see, you can trade on 5 minutes, you can trade on 15 minutes, you can trade even on the 1 minute, or you can trade on 4-hour daily. There's a lot of trading opportunity when you are fully in tune with your plan strategy. Only take the trade, otherwise let some trade go away, and that's completely fine. When you program your mind that way, then you will not experience the FOMO, because when you experience the FOMO, it's a killing your account. It will kill your account. So make sure that, guys, you always stay in control of your account. Try not to experience FOMO, and that's fine. I do miss a lot of trade, but the one that I take in the right way, in the right strategy, with when it satisfies the rules of my strategy. Okay, so it's very important. This is a big part of trading psychology, and it's important that you always think that way. That will help you to understand, to be more in control of your account. Right, guys, I hope that you are enjoying. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like this stream, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel, press that bell button. And also, if you want to want to join a regulated broker that you can rely, no commission broker, then you can join Trade. There is a link in the description area, and also there is a link at the top of the chat. Not at the top of the chat, I'm giving a link in the live chat. Okay, so I'm giving the link in the live chat. I've given a link in the live chat. You can click the link, and then you can register for free. Once you registering, you can use a bonus code. Right, this is the bonus code, Wizard. That's the bonus code that you can use. This is a 20% bonus code. If you are in an eligible country, you will get that bonus, because they are regulated broker. Already I have seen that many of my fellow trader who trading with Trade, they have got the bonus. So this is one of our traders screenshot that I have sent it. This is a bonus activate, so activated bonus $200. So he was trading in Trade, and this is our trade, quick scalping trade. So if you are with Trade, make sure you use a bonus code Wizard, but you have to be in that eligible country to get that bonus. But because they are regulated broker, you will receive that bonus in your account. So you can use that partner code Wizard, WIZARD, when you are registering. For those who already registered with Trade, I would recommend you to start trading with even a smaller account. That will help you to stay with a broker that really can be trusted. So let's quickly look at now on gold, as you can see, it's in a narrow range. So I'll be looking at, let me see, NZD-USD, GBP-USD. So all of them, GBP-USD also in a narrow range, dollar-yen. So gold, the market is still not moving much, so I'm expecting in the upcoming session the price to give us some good entry in the London session time as well as in New York session time. So far we see that especially dollar and gold might have, so we'll be waiting for a false breakout. I think gold without breaking this high, we may not see suitable entry. And other than this, we see most of the pairs a little bit in a sideway, but as the London session coming and the New York session coming, we should be able to see significant movement. So with that said, guys, I hope that everyone of you enjoy this live session. I'm coming on live again in New York session and London session. In the meantime, I will also be watching all the trades that coming along the way. As soon as I will find an entry, I will be posting it to the channel as well. And thank you for joining here. Make sure you join the free Telegram channel, clicking the link in the description area to stay connected. And until that, stay well, stay happy. I'll see you very soon in the next live coming up in a couple of hours. Thank you. See you soon.